what is the biggest issue about inflation right now that people need to kind of give more notice on? I think everybody in general understands what inflation is. And they all understand that, yeah, there's going to be a little inflation every single year and all that kind of stuff. But it's becoming more of an issue that people need to focus more attention to. And therefore, that's why lots of people are jumping into crypto, jumping into real estate, investments, and all that kind of stuff. So what is it about inflation right now that causes such a bigger impact that people need to start diversifying out into different types of investments?
I think the interesting thing is, so when inflation starts, the things that grow the fastest are assets. People want to turn their dollars into something that will grow, at least with inflation. So you see real estate prices boom, typically the stock market booms, gold might go up, because what happens in inflation is all of the commodities to produce goods tend to go up first, right? Because people don't want to say, well, there's more dollars out there so people can buy more things, so then resources start to dry up. And we see that. So if you look at the commodities markets, there's lots of good YouTube videos on this stuff, like coffee and beef and corn and lithium and oil and gas, like all the different commodities start to rise in price. And we saw that with lumber. There's some things due to supply shortages and coronavirus and that kind of stuff, but in general, commodity prices are typically rising. And so the first thing that happens is the cost of materials go up, then the suppliers have to raise their prices, and then the consumers end up paying more for their stuff. And people that are affected most by inflation are the people that don't have a large number of assets. If you have houses that are going up 20% a year, you have large amount of money in the stock market or gold or crypto or whatever that's ballooned in price, you're not too worried about paying an extra 50 cents for a loaf of bread. But for people that don't have assets, maybe if they're renting and they don't have money in the stock market and they're living paycheck to paycheck, they get affected first when the price of their stuff goes up 50% and their income doesn't. So really, inflation starts to hurt the lower middle class first that don't have tons of money invested in ballooning assets. And oftentimes the people that see inflation coming are the wealthy people with the assets. The media will tell them, don't worry about inflation, it's not a big thing, everything's going to be fine. Meanwhile, they're buying up more and more of their assets with the money that's ballooning. They go out way ahead, and then the lower and middle class gets left with a bag when they can't afford anything anymore. And then the government solution is then to print more money, which helps out the rich people more until the whole system collapses. That's the scary thing about where inflation can go. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to see the cost of everything starting to go up. It's going to be very tough. And there's a few sort of scary doomsday scenarios of where it can go from here. But if you know about it, like what you can do now, get prepared for it, I guess, basically is look for ways of moving your money or leveraging your money. The value of dollars in your bank account and the values of debt diminish during inflation. So if you can buy assets with them that will appreciate against inflation, that's the only way you can kind of catch up or come out ahead. If you're left sitting with dollars in your bank account, those dollars become worth less and less. And that's a hard truth. We haven't gone through a big hyperinflationary thing, but I'm sure some of our grandparents in different countries have. We've heard about it happening to other countries, and I think the Western world will probably, survive the best. A lot of these smaller, third world countries are going through this right now, and their currency is collapsing, and they're trying to figure out what to do. And so watch the news, learn about what's happening, and most likely one of the best solutions for them is not to collapse the currency, create a new dollar fiat currency out of it. A lot of them, they start moving to cryptocurrency, and we figure out a worldwide payment system. It'll level the playing field. These countries will come out way ahead because now they have a currency that's not valued in what their government prints. It's valued in a worldwide standard. It'd be a huge market shift. That would be a huge adoption for cryptocurrency. It'd be very chaotic because it'll cause a domino effect where more and more countries start adopting crypto. And there's actually a bunch of altcoins that are out there trying to promote this to different countries to get people adopted into the crypto world and say, hey, you know what? Stop using your fiat currency, use this. So problems with that is crypto is also very volatile, right? So they're switching from their volatile fiat currency into a potential volatile digital currency. It'll take some time for that adoption to happen. That would be a very interesting point for the cryptocurrency world, is like if a country decided, hey, you know what? We don't trust our government to control our monetary system. We want to use something that's defined and can't be printed out into existence, who knows what could happen? I think it would cause a ripple effect. More and more countries would start doing it.